What's up, guys? Can you believe it's a Friday afternoon? I love you guys so much. I'm going to do a review for you guys real quick on my two latest toys, starting with the Inzer belt, and then I'll follow it up with the Adidas AdiPower weightlifting shoes. A couple things that, some people have been questioning, wondering if it's worth it or whatever it is. So, starting with the Inzer, let's do it. Here we go. I got it laid out for you. I decided to get mine in a nice sexy blue. Okay, you guys can choose whatever color you want. This is specifically the Inzer Forever lever belt. This is going to be your lever. I'm going to break it down for you guys in case you guys have never used one of these belts before or don't even know what it is or how it compares to other belts. First of all, if you guys have never used a lever belt and you guys are just used to the prong belts, right? They just go in like a regular belt. If the prongs are done on this material, the belt can still be a solid belt. That's just going to be up to you. I prefer the lever by far, but a belt with this material it's hard for me to show you guys because you guys can't literally feel it. But this is 10 times more solid, more supportive than any other regular belt you're going to buy at a store. So in that sense, I can't even compare this belt to the support that you're going to get with any other regular ass belt. So keep that in mind. Okay. Keep that in mind. I know you've been asking me what the difference is, so that's what it is. Now that we know there's no comparison, okay, you can choose whatever color you want. That's just going to be a personal preference. This is how the lever works. You're going to get the belt. You're just going to get this material. It's going to come in the mail with just one big, long, thick, solid, tight piece of fabric, right? Then here you're going to get this lever piece, and then you're going to get on the inside, you're going to get that piece, and you're going to get the two screws. You screw them in wherever you see fit based on the hole, right? And then this is how it works. You're going to wrap it around. There's going to be a little bit of an overlap. Let me make this right for you real quick. This is how the lever works. There's actually 4 holes right there, okay? And 4 little things right here. They go in these holes. So, no homo. Let me figure this out real quick. Okay, so now that it's in, this is how you're going to wrap it around. It's going to be pretending it's somebody around somebody's body, right? And you're just going to lock it in. That's how simple it is. And at this point, you're going to be super supported. And if you know how to use it to your advantage, right? Breathe into your stomach and create that pressure in your abdomen. You're going to be supported like you can't even imagine, right? Especially if you get the thicker belt. Either way, though, the thinner or thicker one, they're just going to be night and day compared to your regular belts that you get at the store. Okay, once you're done with the set, that's it. Lock it in, unlock. Super simple, right? And you can even go and do another set of something else if you want, but I prefer to take mine off. Mine was actually so tight when I first got it that last week that I had to bring a screwdriver to undo this because it's so tight. But now I can do it by hand. Just pull this out, right? When you see 13 millimeter, that's referring to this, the width. There's a 13 and there's a 10. They're both going to be, you can't go wrong with either, right? I think I got a question to compare it to my old Toro lever belt, and I had the 10 millimeter, and I actually had it handed down to me, so it was already used, and then this was already, much more flimsy, but in a good way. It was kind of conforming to my body, so it was more comfortable than this belt is right now, and I'll go into that in a second. When you see the 4-inch thing on the site, that's referring to the height, right? This is 4 inches from top to bottom. Keep that in mind, if you're planning on doing any sort of competitions, they'll have some sort of limit on that somewhere, right? As far as comfort, I know you guys have been wondering about that. I'm not gonna lie, it's when you first start using it, it's really stiff, and as you can see, the edges aren't really padded or anything. It's just a raw, supportive belt. So yeah, I have gotten a couple bruises, but I just man up through it, and I know it's gonna get better. I did get a recommendation to let's see if I can pull this out. I did get a recommendation to do this. If I could show, okay, there it is. Once you guys get the belt, okay, even before you put this lever on, before you attach it with your screwdriver, so this metal piece is not even included, take the material, and you're just going to wrap it up into a ball as tight as you possibly can, right? As tight as you possibly can. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. And then also, you're going to do it the other way around, right? Twist it into a ball. I can't do it with one hand, but you're going to twist it into a ball this way. And when you do that, just do it just repeatedly, and it's going to loosen the belt up a lot more. And the more and more and more you use it, right, the better and better it's going to conform to your body. So as far as I'm concerned, I expect this belt to get even more and more conformed to my body than the Toro belt was. Like I said, the other belts I had, I mean, it's not, the company's not as, you know, reputable as the Inzers are, but they do make some quality stuff. So this just being thicker, it's going to take a longer time for it to be, you know, comfortable. But my other belt, once it had enough use, it was literally night and day compared to where this is now. And I know it's because it's new. So keep that in mind, guys. Will I say it's worth it? Yes, for sure it's worth it. I also got a question, should I use this belt? You know, I just reset my lifts. I'm doing a lot lighter weight. You know, I'm working with lightweight on my squats and deads and stuff like that. I do recommend, you know, if you're just really beginning, you don't need this kind of support. Even me, you know, I mean, I could get away with not using the support, but it's really a tool that helps me out. You know, once you get into a few hundred pounds on each lift, it's going to start to help support you. It's going to make things a little bit safer, and it's going to allow you to work with, you know, maybe some heavier poundage for sure. You're going to be able to add some more pounds, you know, weight to your lifts, and that's going to actually turn into more gains and all that kind of good stuff. And it doesn't mean, you know, people have the misconception that your core is not working or whatever, you know, whatever they want to say if you have a belt on. That's just simply not the case. That's stupid. Your core is working on every lift, and it's getting stronger if you're able to load it with more weight, you know, and keep the dynamics correct. You know, your form, your technique, all that good stuff. So this is just a tool to help you out. It's going to bring you to the next level, and it's going to keep you safe while you do it. So, I mean, for 90 bucks, you can't go wrong. And this is, I mean, I think the best of the best lever belt you can get. I'm assuming the 10 millimeter might be a little bit cheaper. Actually, I think it is. But I mean, even 90 bucks, you can't go wrong with this belt, guys. You got any kind of color that you want. I will give you a heads up if you order this from Inzer. I mean, this particular belt, you know, whether it's 10 millimeters or whatever, it takes a long time to ship. I mean, for me, I got it in 6 weeks. So keep that in mind, right? Unless you guys, you know, yeah. So that's it, guys. Here's your Inzer lever belt. Check it out. Buy one. Be cool like the cool kids. Check it out, guys. Boom. Let it focus real quick. There it is. Do these even need a review? Not really, right? How flashy, how sexy are these? These are my, you know, my most recent pickup, the Adidas AdiPower weightlifting shoes, 2012. They're the new editions. I think they're, you know, primarily used for Olympic lifting. The 2008 version was used in the Olympics in Beijing, I think. This is the upgrade. You'll notice there's no more wooden heel here. Nike with the Romaleos has done the same thing. They have the same material here for the heels. The reason why I chose these over the Nikes, they're both pretty much the priciest ones, I think, on the market, which is not a good thing. But I chose these because I kind of like flashiness a little bit. I'm just, to be honest, Nike was a little bit neutral with their black colors, right? Not hating on you, Andrew Cini or Jansen. I love your Nikes. I love everybody who has Romaleos, right? The shoe's solid. The reviews are solid. So these are pretty new. I'm assuming I'm one of the first people to give a somewhat formal review on these. As far as color, starting off, right, you can notice it's kind of a red. This is in direct sunlight, but they are, I mean, it depends what light you're in, but they are like a red orange sort of color, and you could probably see that in a video or two of mine, you know, where I'm wearing them. So it really depends what kind of light it's in. It'll look more reddish or more orange depending on, you know, where you're at. They only come in one color, so just to clarify that too. Sizing for these, all my shoes are pretty much size 10, and I ordered a 9.5 in these Adidas, and they fit perfectly. So I mean, let that serve as a guideline for you guys if you guys are interested in these. They run for about $200 is the price. Okay. As soon as I got them in the mail, they're way more solid than I expected them to be. Right. It's kind of hard to show you. Again, you guys can't really feel them, but I mean, it's kind of like a synthetic leather material all the way around. Here's kind of a rundown of the shoe, giving a little 360. Okay, this has no, I mean, this is solid. There's no cushion here at all. It's made, you know, to weight lift. As you can see, the tongue's pretty thin. The shoe fits pretty comfortably. The strap is very heavy duty. It'll really tighten the shoe up on you. My foot's kind of, you know, it's not wide and it's not narrow. It's just a regular foot, and it fits really well. Like I get nice and snug in there. The laces, I'm a big fan of the shoes that have, you know, straight holes right here for the laces, not the little, you know, the little hooks that hold the laces right here, just because I've had them tear on me and things like that. But these are, I mean, these are not going to be torn. They're super heavy duty shoes. I'm squeezing hard, you know, they're not even caving in at all. Really good support. I can't compare them to, say, Romaleos or any other, you know, shoe like that, because this is my first pair of weightlifting shoes. I have worn them though for squats for a couple times, and they work wonders. I mean, the shoe is completely flat on the bottom. You feel like you're stuck to the ground. Literally, there's no lateral movement. You don't feel like your foot's gonna slip to the side or forward or back. You're just stuck. You know, once you're in your squat stance, you're ready to go. I'm using them primarily for squats. I don't use them for Olympic lifting or anything like that, in case you guys are wondering. There's also the angle that you're at, right? Really, I mean, I lack the research as far as why it does it, or, you know, how it does it specifically, but I know it's been proven that if you have these weightlifting shoes, your depth will be farly, you know, improved, and also if you have the same problems that I do, your trunk kind of leans forward when you get up there, and you know, with heavier weights when you're squatting, you kind of tend to lean forward. With this, I'm able to get deeper than I usually got. Not that I had flexibility issues to start off with, but I still get way deeper, you know, as deep as I possibly can. I mean, I can pretty much sit on my ankles effortlessly, and my torso will still be upright. It's crazy how it works. I didn't really believe it, you know, until I actually tried it on and felt it for myself. So in that sense, that's really how they help me out for squats. Can you get the same value in another shoe? Like I said, I can't compare, but I can tell you that I paid $200 for these, and I have no regrets at all. Okay. They are a little bit flashy. You're not going to get a different color. So if you're into the neutral colors, you can go for the Nikes. I know they have good reviews, but I mean, I'm not going to lie. I can't see another shoe. I mean, I can't see the Nikes having an edge over this at all. It's just as solid as it gets. No regrets. Also, one more question. I know a lot of you guys squat in, you know, Chucks or Vans or whatever. These will make a difference as far as squatting, for sure. They're going to be more stable, way less lateral movement, way less, you know, instability, even compared to Chucks or bare feet. Because I can compare those. Night and day. You're going to get a lot more depth, and like I said, your trunk's going to stay more upright. So for squats, this is far superior to your Chucks. As far as deadlifting, I don't even deadlift in these. I know some people do. Olympic lifters probably have to get used to deadlifting in these or whatever it is, but I actually have another pair of shoes on the way, somewhat of, you know, wrestling, kickboxing shoes that are going to be flat for me to deadlift in, and currently I deadlift in these, as you can see, right? Converse. So you guys probably have similar pairs. I still choose a deadlift in those, so I can't even compare, and I don't really want to even deadlift in these Adidas. So that being said, a Nerf review. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I gave you the size, the color, the sexiness. Let me give you a couple more angles. Boom. Adidas AdiPowers. And one more thing, a little extra shout out to my friend Emily for surprising me with these. Mailman came this morning. My German Shepherd almost ate him alive, so I was forced to wake up, ran downstairs. This box was on my front porch, right? It's like, what is this? Kind of a surprise. Pop-Tarts. Customized. Let us be cereal. They make you fat. With my picture on there. The sexiest part, right? And I've never had pumpkin pie Pop-Tarts, so that was great. I actually enjoyed a pair this morning for breakfast. So, dude, thank you, Emily. Best shit of my life.